2, 3. Hi, I'm Chance.
I'm Michael.
And I'm David.
And I'm Mr. Elephant.
And he's Mr. Elephant.
And I'm Mr. Elephant.
Too awesome.
Well, welcome to Two Baby Daddies.
If you're new to this channel, we've talked about surrogacy and our twins.
Today what we're going to be doing is we're talking to our surrogate, Gennifer and Mitch. It's going to be a lot of fun and getting their perspective on the whole surrogate journey from their point of view.
Yes, so take a look and give us a thumbs up. Thumbs up, Chance. Yay!
That's a finger. There you go.
All right.
Because I felt like my body wanted me to have more children, but we're happy with what we have now. And I know that I'm healthy and able to have children, and if I could help other families out, that was ideal. Not long at all. It was probably 2 or 3 months before we talked.
Yeah, about so.
I knew there was something going on biologically because I couldn't stop adopting animals and stuff. It got a little
pretty
weird.
out of control, yeah.
Yeah.
We were getting close to buying chickens and cows, and
Yeah.
it was getting crazy.
That wasn't really my intent. But like when it clicked, when I was like, my body is biologically telling me to have babies, I immediately sat down with Mitch on the couch drunkenly. We had just gone out on a date,
Oh,
and I was like, I think that this is what we should do, and he was just like, okay, well, that makes sense.
Well, it did explain a lot with the wanting all the animals, and I was thrilled because I'd rather her be a surrogate than me getting up in the morning and milking the cows and feeding the chickens, so I was on board.
It's very true, too.
Yeah,
we're not making
like
any
when
of
she
this
said
up.
it, I was like, whew, all right, this I could work with, you know.
It was very organized. You, Michael, are very, very organized anyways, so it was more, the decisions were pretty left or right, hot or cold. It felt comfortable. It felt a lot easier than I think something with an agency, which I don't know about, but that would be hard for me to not have a connection with the family and not be so sure about what my decisions are. Lots of research, lots of Facebook groups. Do your own digging. Don't just go in the groups and ask, because people ask that all the time. You're going to get a broad spectrum of things. It's easier to go in the group, ask your questions in the search function, and you'll have all of the same people that have asked this over time. And you're going to get a lot of different answers, and you're going to get a lot of different opinions. And I think that's going to really be able to help you develop what your opinion is on all of these different topics as they come along.
I don't know, it hasn't been too difficult. Basically,
Don't get mad at
step up, cleaning around the house and stuff like that. Because the first trimester she was just drained of energy, and so basically just picking up the slack and it's still been a great experience, like meeting you guys and becoming a part of your family and stuff like that. I never thought it could be this cool of a thing.
Because I knew my intentions going into it in the first place, and I found your family so quickly, which I was very surprised about. But I wasn't going to look for an agency until further down the road if we hadn't met, just because I wanted to make sure that I had all the information that I needed. And I didn't want to just be sitting there and like meeting with secretaries and stuff like that where they're just trying to sell uteruses. That's kind of what I see it like. Not every agency is like that though. I mean, there are people that have very good intentions using agencies, and it makes it a lot easier for intended parents and surrogates. You know, there's good and bad in either one. My friends have been surprised because it happened so fast, but extremely supportive. My work has been really supportive. They're very excited, you know. And being a surrogate is not like common especially in our area. So people are really excited to be along with the journey and getting to see, you know, find out more along the pregnancy and meeting you guys, and so
I'm just mostly curious but positive and supportive.
Yeah, people are very curious.
Yeah.
My family's been really supportive. Oh yeah. I mean, just taking the medications, you know, that you have to, I felt like I had to be healthier to prepare my body. Anyways, the medications they made me a little sick sometimes.
Yeah.
If I wasn't, you know, making sure that I was eating a lot of salads and healthy and shakes and stuff like that. So, but other than that, I mean, being in the service industry, that was a change just because, I mean, you're in the service industry, you know, not having that glass of wine or the beer or anything. But other than that, it's been fine because I just want to nest at home anyways.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of also been nice because we slow down a lot and spend more quality time together rather than out in the noise. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's made our relationship even stronger.
When you were picking me up at the airport, I was terrified. I was so terrified just that first day. Because, you know, we went straight to the fertility clinic. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I was doubting myself too. It was the first time that I had actually doubted myself physically. Because I just didn't know. Yeah, there were so many questions and I wasn't sure. You know, the hospitals can be intimidating and, you know, they test you for everything. So I'm like, well, I probably have cancer. You know? I'm not going to be able to do this. It's kind of serendipitous because the gal I borrowed the tripod from was with us when you were calling, and I picked it up at the brewery that we were at when you were texting me. Yeah, Drecker. And we were excited. We were so excited.
Yeah, you left me behind. You were so excited.
Yeah, I left my
just bailed out and had to meet up with her
later.
later.
Left and everything, and I was like, I'm sorry, I gotta go. I gotta make this phone call, and went home a couple blocks away, and yeah, we were just excited. It was almost like as excited if we had been trying for our own.
Yeah, definitely floating on air when for a while after you heard.
Yeah. It's been a really humbling experience because I felt like I was always busy, I was always working, I was always putting everything before myself and before my family, sometimes. And it's been humbling to just slow down and do something that isn't for me. Like, it's tough on my body. It's gonna be tough to like get back in shape. I'm gonna have a lot more stretch marks than I had before, and those don't go away. But it's been nice. I like that.
Yeah.
It's been really interesting because a lot of people are very open about their own fertility struggles that I had no idea about, it's incredibly common. My best friend, her sister, and I have never gotten along, ever, and we grew up together. And her sister has been struggling with her fertility. She lost a baby last year, and it brought, we had put aside our differences because my best friend needed me to help her sister. And so now this person that, we hated each other, we're talking about where to buy maternity clothes, and she's going to the same reproductive center as I did here in Fargo. And she's now pregnant, so it's really cool. And people have so many questions about fertility, about babies, about building a family, about so many different parts of the process. So that's been really cool to be able to educate other people and other families and help other families.
Mostly, the one I get is about after you have birth and them wanting to keep the baby, thinking we're going to want to keep the baby, thinking it's going to be hard to give up the baby, but I don't know, all I can really tell them, it's not my semen, it's not her eggs, like, it's for people that feel that it's going to be hard to give away the baby. I don't think surrogate is what they should be doing, because you have to give the baby away.
Well, it's not your baby.
Yeah, there's no genetic connection.
Yeah, well, even with like a traditional surrogate, which that is her egg, you still have to be in the mindset that that's not your baby. That's you're growing that child, but that's another family's baby.
No.
Physically in the first trimester was tough. It was really tough. I was unprepared for that. I don't know if it was because it's twins or I'm older than my first child or both probably. But yeah, I was not prepared to slow down as much as I had to pump the brakes immediately. I'm so grateful for him for picking up the slack, and if I couldn't get out of bed, Violet, he had no problem feeding Violet and making sure that everything was taken care of. But luckily that only lasted a few weeks for the first trimester,
yeah.
So that was tough. The physical changes were, they're gonna be tough along the way, but it's, I didn't think it was gonna be easy.
For me, I suppose it's been when she is having a hard time and like hormones are running wild and she lashes out, like it's hard for me not to take it personally, but like I kind of have to remind myself, like, she's going through this, like this is normal, it's not my fault, stop crying, So that's been the hardest part, is just trying to, be supportive and not take lashing out personally. It's
because I can get crabby and then I get quiet, and that was difficult in the beginning too. Was when I felt angry at Mitch, it was making me upset because there was no reason to be upset at him. Like, he was doing everything right, but hormonally I was just like a mess.
Yeah.
But getting through it.
Yeah.
I make sure to remind you as often as possible how grateful I am.
Yeah. Verbal communication's been really helping us through the hard times of it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's because when she first brought up being a surrogate, like I thought it was just like but two people standing on sides of the wall, not meeting somebody, and just like slipping the baby under a screen or something. But yeah, it's been really great, like getting to know you guys, and I suppose when you're making a child and gonna give it away to somebody, it's good to know like that it's going to a good home, and yeah, it'd be I don't think it'd be as enjoyable of a process if we didn't get to know the family.
Do your own research. Find out what works for you. Because there's lots of opinions out there. There's lots of ways to do things. Figure out what works for you and what feels right to you.
Yeah, feels is probably the biggest part. It shouldn't be a struggle or a painful experience, so.
Well, and it can be, when our first transfer failed, that was very.
Oh yeah.
That was very emotional. So know that, be prepared. Make sure that you know that things happen. You could lose your fertility. There's so many outcomes that could happen. So you have to be prepared for that to an extent. Make sure that you feel right and don't go into anything that makes you uncomfortable.
Well, we hope that you enjoyed getting to know our surrogates as much as we have.
Yes, and follow our journey through surrogacy at Two Baby Daddies. What do we have, Chance?
Baby daddy.
Two baby daddies. Yay!